Yesterday, the first round of the Polish presidential election took place. In Poland, presidential elections are done in 2 rounds. If no candidate wins an absolute majority of the vote in the first round, a second round is called, in which the 2 most popular candidates compete. What this means in practice is that people vote for their true favourite candidate in round 1 with minimal tactical voting, and then in round 2, people coalesce around the 2 top candidates, more closely resembling a true 2-party system. First place went to Rafał Trzaskowski, the pro-European centre-left candidate, with 31.36% of the vote. Second place went to the nationalist conservative Karol Nawrocki, with 29.54%. These 2 will face off in the second round. This was a commonly predicted outcome, widely considered inevitable. Yes, we will indeed win these elections. We are ready for this. We are determined, and it will all end with our common victory, Poland's victory. Today, we have to stand clearly against radicalism, and we have to show that this is how we will win this election, if we stand together. Despite coming in first place, the centre-left Rafał Trzaskowski is actually in the weaker position coming into the second round. This is because Nawrocki, despite being nearly 2 points behind on his own, can count on absorbing a majority of the vote share of candidates ranked number 3 and number 4. Sławomir Mencen ranked number 3 with a vote share of 14.81%. He is a right-wing market economics hardliner whose main claim to fame were his anti-regulation and pro-competition economic policies. His position on social issues like abortion is close to that of Nawrocki, and his supporter base is known for hating Rafał Trzaskowski and his party.
I'm not sure at the moment, but I have one thing, and properly I think in 100% that everybody who's think like me will not allow Trzaskowski to win this battle.
At 6.34%, number 4 was a surprising upset by Grzegorz Braun, a staunch anti-leftist, Catholic integralist and self-proclaimed monarchist. Polls put Braun in the 1 to 3% range, but he overperformed significantly. He is famous, among other things, for an incident where he used a fire extinguisher on a menorah inside the Parliament building. The combined electorate of Nawrocki, Mencen and Braun exceeds 50%, meaning if they were joined together under Nawrocki's banner, they would secure the presidency. Thus, odd as it may be, Rafał Trzaskowski, number 1 in the first round, enters round 2 at a disadvantage. Rafał Trzaskowski hails from the Civic Platform Party, the main party in Poland's current coalition government, known as the Civic Coalition, led by Prime Minister Donald Tusk. While his exact positions are difficult to pinpoint, the Civic Platform is notorious for flip-flopping on a dime. Generally speaking, he is much more socially liberal than Nawrocki, being involved in pro-LGBT events in Warsaw for many years and is consistently pro-European. It will be very close, and remember, yes, I am convinced that we are headed for victory, but it will be incredibly close. Karol Nawrocki is the more right-wing of the 2 candidates. He is officially running as independent, but has received the full endorsement of the Law and Justice Party, the main opposition party, and the party of the incumbent president, Andrzej Duda. Broadly speaking, the Law and Justice Party is socially conservative with left-wing economics, being anti-mass immigration, vehemently anti-Russian and pro-American. They are the party with the friendliest ties to the Trump administration. Nawrocki shares the party's main social positions, but is not embedded in any party structures, meaning while he is aligned ideologically, he is easier to distance from the party's controversies as well, potentially harder to control. That is the gamble Law and Justice took. As the old saying goes, either Poland will be great or it will perish. We want an ambitious Poland. In Poland, aside from diplomacy and representing the country on the international stage, the office of the president's most important competence is vetoing bills proposed by the government. Now the government is run by the Civic Coalition, but the presidency is in the hands of Law and Justice, so the Polish state is in a sort of deadlock, where the government is severely hampered in introducing reforms in Poland. The stakes are high because if we have our own president, maybe all these bills will pass and be approved. Otherwise, we will see everything being vetoed. Everyone is working against each other. Karol Nawrocki said that he will not allow immigrants into Poland, and we care about that very much, because we want to live in a peaceful country, peaceful for our children, for our grandchildren. Should Trzaskowski win the presidency, the government will be able to do as it pleases. Many in Poland fear it could be things like ramping up mass third world immigration or legalizing gay marriage, positions Trzaskowski has historically supported but has de-emphasized in the election campaign. If Nawrocki wins, the current status quo will continue, albeit with the Civic Coalition's image and morale having taken a substantial hit. Which scenario will take place will be decided by Polish voters on June the 1st.